Okay. So welcome everyone to the Work-Life Balance Workshop. Meet a few more people and we'll get started.
Hello,
Hi.
I told you I'd make it.
We're happy everyone's here today. And we'll get started in just a minute.
Okay. I haven't done a Zoom meeting in years.
Okay. All right, Tomoko, are you ready? All right. So again, welcome to the Work-Life Balance Workshop. Let's get started. Okay. Tomoko, you want to move to the next slide? Okay. Um, Getting started. So, work life balance is essential to combat stress, ensuring both personal and career success. The stress associated with an unbalanced lifestyle is costly and it damages productivity and increases individuals' health risks. Employees who have tools to balance their professional and personal lives are happier, healthier, and more productive.
Could I take a picture of these or
We're actually going to be sharing everything with you at the end. So,
so
yeah,
where do we write?
we'll get to the activity. We'll let you know.
Okay,
Right now, it's just and then all of our slides we're going to share with you. We can share with you. Yep.
okay.
So no need to take pictures. You'll be provided all of this.
We
Okay.
said to like email
I'm sorry.
the email.
Yeah, we can email you our slides. Yep, exactly. Yep. So everybody, if you want it, you can have it. You can get a copy of the PowerPoint, the sheet. Okay. Workshop objectives. So, as we mentioned in previous workshops, research has consistently demonstrated that when clear goals are associated with learning, it occurs more easily and rapidly. So today we're going to talk about and explain the benefits of work-life balance, recognize the signs of an unbalanced life, create balance at work and at home, manage stress, and a few more. Okay. So, happiness is not a matter of intensity, but of balance and order and rhythm and harmony. Thomas Merton. And back to you, Tomoko.
Okay, so benefits of healthy balance. So understanding the benefits of healthy balanced life will motivate anyone to make necessary changes. Balance will improve the lives of individual employees as well as the company culture. Learning the basics of work-life balance will also increase employee productivity, health, and morale. Okay, why it's important. A healthy balance between work and home should be a priority for everyone. Implementing proper work-life balance offers many important benefits. There are, however, many hazards linked with an unbalanced work and home life. And here are the risks. Poor health. So working long hours without taking time to relax will take its toll on health. And unresolved conflict. A lack of balance can create conflicts at work and at home. Poor performance. Taking on too much responsibility will lead to exhaustion and cause performance to suffer. Financial loss. The impact on health and productivity takes a financial toll on indi- individual employees and organizations. Benefits fulfillment. People who successfully implement work life balance improve their sense of fulfillment at work and at home. And health. A healthy work life balance decreases the risk of heart disease and other health problems. Greater productivity. Being relaxed and well rested increases productivity and improves work performance. And lastly, stronger relationships. Personal and professional relationships are strengthened and conflicts are avoided when there is a work life balance. Okay. Increase productivity. So while it may seem counterintuitive, work life balance can actually increase productivity. While it is true that overtime will initially increase production, the surge only lasts a few weeks before taking a destructive toll on productivity. In fact, working long hours for an extended time period will lead to exhaustion and unhealthy habits that decrease productivity. And shorter work hours will actually increase productivity in the long term. Additionally, studies show that people who take short, frequent breaks are more productive than people who only take a single break or work all day. Most people recommend taking a few minutes each hour to regroup. Okay, ways to increase productivity. Take healthy breaks. You should take time to refresh yourself. Try stretching, walking, or meditating throughout the day. This will also improve your health and overall well-being. Take enjoyable breaks. A study by Danjay Q. Chen and Vivian K. J. Lim of the National University of Singapore discovered that taking a few moments to surf the internet and mentally change gears actually increases productivity. This fun activity increases productivity by 9%. And lastly, take time off. Working to the point of burnout is not productive or healthy. Do not lose vacation days, even if you have to spread them out. Studies show that people who take their vacations are much more productive than those who do not. Okay, moving on. Improved mental and physical health. It is common knowledge that stress is directly linked to different diseases. Numerous surveys have discovered that work is a leading cause of stress-related illness and injury, such as stroke, heart disease, and mental breakdowns. A balanced life will improve both physical and mental health. How to improve health? Awareness. A balanced lifestyle increases personal awareness, allow individuals to identify potential health problems early. Next is lifestyle. A balanced lifestyle automatically improves health. It encourages healthy choices and helps develop the body and the mind. And increase morale. Work-life balance is an effective tool to increase morale and improve company culture. Employees seek out companies that support healthy work-life balance. The only factor more important than balance to job seekers is compensation. According to several surveys, work-life balance improves happiness and overall job satisfaction. Additionally, employees are more invested in the companies that support their work-life balance. Work-life balance typically translates to employees who work harder and more productive. Okay, review question. Type in the chat box. How often should you take a mini break? A, every hour, B, every day, C, twice a day, D, every 3 hours. Type in the chat box. I see a in the chat. A. Yes, correct. Take mini breaks. Mini breaks are recommended every hour. They are only a few minutes long and help people regroup and recharge. Perfect. Okay, moving on. Question 2. What can internet breaks accomplish? A, decrease productivity by 9%. B, increase productivity by 9%. C, decrease productivity by 50%. D, nothing. Type in the chat box. I see A's and B's. Okay, B, correct. The answer is B. Breaks online actually increase productivity. They have been shown to increase productivity by 9%. Okay. Now, next question. Blank increases the risk of injury or illness. A, balance. B, work. C, stress. D, mental breakdown. Yes, C is the correct answer. Stress increases the risk of injury and illness. Work is a main cause of stress. Correct. Okay, moving on. What is one option for a healthy break from work? A, walk. B, stretching. C, meditation. D, all of the above. Okay, Maika Iloa, D is the correct answer. Take healthy breaks. You should take time to refresh yourself. Try stretching, walking, or meditating throughout the day. This will also improve your health and overall well-being. Correct. And here's a quote for you. It must be a balance in everything we do, not too much of everything. Okay, back to you, Kim.
Okay, Module 3, Signs of Imbalance. The signs of imbalance are unmistakable, and we see people suffering from poor health, burnout, and stress every day. Okay, signs of an imbalance. Imbalance promotes poor health, and over time, this can lead to devastating and possibly life-changing consequences. So the effects on health. So obesity, not taking the time to exercise or eat well can increase obesity, which is connected to heart disease and numerous other health risks. Exhaustion. Sleeping well can add years to a person's life, and sacrificing sleep for work will have a negative effect on health and increase the chances of getting sick. Emotional problems. Stress and exhaustion will wreak havoc on emotional well-being. This will affect relationships and personal identity. More companies are taking an interest in health and fitness of their employees, and healthy employees are usually always more productive and absent less. And then also, many of the UH campuses have gyms that are open to students. So, depending on which campus you're on, you should see if you have a gym. I know on Maui, we have one that is free and it's open to all students, faculty, and staff. So that's just something to check out. Okay, and then stress. So oftentimes work is the main source of stress for most Americans. And stress can be defined as a state of worry or mental tension caused by difficult situations. And stress is a natural human response that prompts us to address challenges and threats in our lives, and everyone experiences stress to some degrees in their lives. So different signs of stress. Over emotional, people under stress can find it difficult to control their emotions. Lethargy, the physiological impact of stress that can cause you to feel sluggish, fatigue, or apathy, or all of the above. Restlessness. Stress can make it difficult to focus, causing hyperactivity and restlessness. Anxiety. Prolonged stress can cause anxiety. And then there's physical signs of stress, such as difficult breathing or panic attacks, sleep problems or fatigue, muscle aches or headaches, chest pains or high blood pressure, indigestion, heartburn, are all signs of stress, physical signs of stress. Okay, so moving on to burnout. Most people know that overworked employees eventually burn out. Burnout is a state of emotional, physical, and mental exhaustion caused by excess and prolonged stress. It occurs when you feel overwhelmed, emotionally drained, and unable to meet the constant demands. So, signs of burnout is loss of interest. Burnout employees cannot make themselves care about their work, which is the source then again of their stress. It's like a cycle. Lack of emotion. Emotional response are abnormal when someone's burned out. Loss of motivation. Former motivators are no longer effective. Possible depression. Burnout is also closely linked to depression. So you may be on the road to burnout if every day is a bad day. Caring about your work or home life seems like a total waste of energy. You're exhausted all the time. The majority of your day is spent on tasks you find either mind-numbingly dull or overwhelming. You feel like nothing you do makes a difference or is appreciated. So, now that we define both stress and burnout, we wanted to let you know that we also are going to provide great tips on how to manage both of these later on in the workshop. But first, we just wanted to define what each of these are. So moving on to our review questions. Okay, what will add years to a person's life? A, coffee, B, tea, C, sleep, or D, diet? Lots of C's, yes. Sleep is directly related to health, and a lack of sleep will damage health over a period of time. Very good. Great, C. Okay, next question. What is often the result of burnout? A, vacations, B, turnover, C, happy employees, or D, promotions? Yes, B, turnover. People leave. Exactly. It's great. Burnout means that people are no longer care about their work, which leads to turnover, people leaving. Okay. And then what is more influential in causing obesity? A, experience, B, exercise, C, diet, or D, stress? D, yes. Lots of D's. Great. Research shows that stress is greater cause of obesity than diet. Okay. Another quote. Time is what we want most, but what we use worst. William Penn. Okay, back to you, Tomoko.
Okay, so Module 4, Tips and Time Management. Most people complain that they do not have enough time. The truth is, however, the most people do not know how to manage time wisely. Time management is crucial to an effective work-life balance. Effectively implementing time management will reduce stress and help bring balance to life in and out of the office. Okay, so this is the urgent important matrix. So many people confuse the urgent with the important. Urgent tasks do need to be done quickly, but that doesn't make them important. We are often stuck completing urgent tasks at the expense of the important ones. So important tasks are the ones that help us meet goals. Often urgent tasks such as fixing the copy machine are a distraction from what is important. So learning the difference between urgent and important will better anyone's time management skills. Okay. And learning to say no. Managing time requires that people learn to say no. This may seem cruel, but it is not possible to meet everybody's needs. So you must learn to say no kindly but firmly. Do not allow people to talk you into urgent tasks. You need to stick with a schedule and a plan of action. Do not deviate unless it is a true emergency. For example, proofing a colleague's or classmates' paper is not an emergency that you must complete at once. So complete your important tasks first. And also, I have this book for you. A good read for learning more about how to choose what is essential for you is the book called Essentialism by Greg McKeown. So this is a great read. Okay, moving on. Stay flexible. Flexibility is an important skill. Life cannot be predicted, and inflexible people fall to pieces when change beyond their controls comes. Being flexible simply means that you're not resisting the inevitable changes of life. Flexibility is not passivity. It is being able to embrace change. This will reduce stress and improve work-life balance. For example, car trouble will throw off your schedule, so do not try to keep up with your tasks that day. Okay, the 80-20 rule. So this is a really popular one. According to the 80-20 rule, 80% of our success is the result of only 20% of our actions. The rule implies that we should place our focus on the 20% of activities that are the most successful. This requires that we prioritize goals. When this is done, concentrate on the 20% of the activities that aggressively move you towards those goals. Give most of your attention to this 20%. Okay, review question. How should you say no? A, sweetly. B, firmly. C, you should never say it. D, passively. Type in the chat box. I see a lot of B's. Yes, correct. It is important to be firm when saying no. People will try to make you change your mind if they can. B is the correct answer. Okay. When life is unexpected, you need blank. A, a plan. B, flexibility. C, to say no. D, firmness. What is the correct answer? B, yes, correct. Change is inevitable. Flexibility is necessary when life is unexpected. Okay. What does flexibility accomplish? A, increase confidence. B, improve goals. C, reduce stress. D, create stress. What is the correct answer? C, I see a lot of C's. Correct. C, flexibility is a coping mechanism. It helps to reduce stress. Okay. Next question. What is necessary for the 80-20 rule? A, priorities, B, calculator, C, time, D, flexibility. Okay, I see some A's. Yes, A, correct. The 80-20 rule helps determine the most effective activities. This is done with priorities in mind. Moving on. Okay, most people complain that they do not have enough blank, fill in the blank. A, enough money. B, enough friends. C, enough time. D, enough food. Okay, I see C's, A and C. Yes, that is correct too. So the correct answer is C. Most people complain that they do not have enough time. And lastly, here is another quote for you. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or things. Albert Einstein. Okay, back to you, Kim.
Okay, Module 5, Goal Setting. A goal without a plan is just a wish. In order to effectively manage time and live a balanced life, you must be aware of your goals. It is important that you have goals because they provide direction. Working towards a goal will help focus energy and reduce stress that comes with not having a purpose. Okay, so we're going to talk about SMART goals. Goals cannot be achieved if they are impossible. SMART, S-M-A-R-T goals make it easier to achieve success because you know that success is within reach. Okay, so aspects of SMART goals. S stands for specific. So goals must be specific. An example of a specific goal is working out 30 minutes a day. Next is measurable. Measurable goals that you know when you are successful. So for example, losing 5 pounds. Attainable. All goals, particularly short-term goals, need to be attainable. So for example, promoting the same employee, say 3 times in 6 months is not necessarily attainable. And then relevant. Goals must be relevant to the situation. A goal to find a mentor is not necessarily relevant to someone who is already established in their field. And then lastly, timely. Goals require specific time frames. This will keep you motivated. So for example, losing 5 pounds this month is both measurable and timely. Okay, visualization. Visualization means coming up with a mental picture of a goal and then believing that goal will happen. Many successful people use visualization techniques. The process of visualization may seem like a waste of time to some, but visualizing a goal helps the mind to view that the goal is tangible and possible rather than some uncertain desire. So steps to reach visualization. Step 1, choose your goal. Your visualization must be specific. Choose a single goal to visualize, and it's easier to start small. And then step 2 is to relax. Carve out some time and relax and focus on visualizing the goal. And meditation is a great way to achieve this. Step 3, visualize. Picture the goal as if it's already been achieved in great detail. See it happening in the present. And then step 4, accept. Believe that that your goal will come true and affirm it to yourself. Positive affirmations are enthusiastic statements that influence your subconscious mind. And next is prioritizing your goals. All goals need to be prioritized. This is so you know how to focus your energy. In order to do this, you must consider how SMART goals align with your personal vision and values in life. A goal that does not meet personal values is less likely to be reached. So use the criteria to rank SMART goals. It is important that you balance your goals within different areas of your life. Okay, so review question number 1. Visualize goals in the blank. A, past, B, present, C, future, or D, predetermined time. Okay, great. Yes, lots of B's. So you should visualize your goals reached in the present, and this makes them believable. Great, next question. How many goals should you visualize at once? A1, B2, C3, D4. A, yes. Visualization needs to be specific. Focus on a single goal at a time. One goal. Okay, great. Okay, review question 3. A goal that does not meet blank values is less likely to be reached. You have A, figurative, B, literal, C, personal, or D, balanced. Okay, great. Lots of C's. Perfect. That is correct. Goals must be personal. They must reflect your own dreams and values. And the last question. Okay. What is an example of a goal? A, earn a promotion, B, own a business, C, save for retirement, or D, all of the above. Yes, D. All these are personal or professional goals, and they're all attainable. Some will take longer than others, but still, again, all attainable. Great. Okay. Control is never achieved when sought after directly. It is the surprising outcome of letting go. James Arthur Ray. All right. Back to you, Tomoko.
Okay, Module 6, at work. So maintaining balance when at work can sometimes be difficult. Outside influences creep in and negatively affect productivity. Becoming sidetracked can create job-related stress that further increases the level of imbalance you experience. Fortunately, there are few useful tips that will help you regain your sense of balance while at work. And these are: leave home stress at home. Leave home stress at home. Okay, so everyone has personal problems that create stress and hinder job performance. If these issues are severe, it may be necessary to take a leave of absence. In most cases, however, there are better strategies to help leave the home stress at home. So these are: get up early. Get up early enough to take a few minutes and prepare for a new day. Focus on what is ahead and not the past. The next one would be: take advantage of the commute. View the commute as a chance to enter your work zone, that is, mentally gear up for the workday. And communicate appropriately. Discuss your problems with a friend or someone outside of work. Do not vent about home stress to your coworkers. And lastly, find outlets. Discover useful ways to alleviate stress, such as exercise. This will help you stay focused throughout the workday. Okay. And break up large tasks. So projects and deadlines can be overwhelming. If you have a large task ahead of you, you might be tempted to procrastinate. This will only create more stress. A better solution is to break up the task. So these are the tips. List the steps that are necessary to complete the task. Then schedule time for each step. And after that, complete the easiest step first, and then move on to the next easiest. This will give you a sense of accomplishment. And lastly, do not look ahead. Focus on the task at hand. Okay, delegate. So people can avoid stress by delegating responsibility. This sounds simple, but many people, particularly those in management, have problems delegating authority. So they do not trust others to do the job. So there are a few tips that will help anyone feel more confident about delegating. And the steps are: choose tasks to delegate. Do not delegate sensitive or difficult tasks. Choose people to help. Find responsible people you trust to handle the task for you. Give instructions. Make sure that you communicate clear instructions with deadlines. And lastly, be available. Let people know that they can come to you with questions, but do not hover over them. Okay. Set accurate goals. Accurate goals decrease stress. This involves estimating the time that it'll take to complete something. There are a few steps that will help you set accurate goals. And here are the steps. Familiarize yourself with the requirements. List the actions that need to happen, and then estimate the time necessary for each action you need to take. And then lastly, estimate the total time necessary for a task. Okay, moving on to the review question. Who would you avoid venting to about home stress? A, friend, B, counselor, C, family, D, coworker. Okay, type in the chat box. I see a D. Yes. D. Yes, correct. D is the correct answer. Venting to coworkers involves bringing home stress to work. Okay. Now, what are we tempted to do when overwhelmed? A, procrastinate. B, focus. C, work quickly. D, slow down. Okay, I see lots of A's. Correct. A is the correct answer. People tend to procrastinate when overwhelmed. This only leads to greater stress. Okay, next question. What should you focus on in the morning? A, past. B, stressors. C, future. D, lost. Okay. I see a C. I saw an A. C, 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 C. Yes, correct. C is the correct answer. It is not healthy to dwell on problems. Focus on the future instead. Every day is a new beginning. Okay. Last question. What should you never do after delegating a task? A, be available. B, help. C, hover. D, answer questions. Okay. C, yes, C is the correct answer. Delegating requires trust. While you should be available to answer questions or help, you never hover over employees or coworkers. Okay. And my quote for you is, tension is who you think you should be. Relaxation is who you are. Okay, this is a good one. Back to you, Kim.
I like that. Okay, module 7, at home. We should be able to relax at home and unwind after a hard day at work, but unfortunately, this does not always happen. Home has stress of its own, and it seems like stress from work is constantly waiting to spill over into our home lives. To have a work-life balance, it is important to learn how to effectively manage the stress and obligations while at home. Okay, so leave work stress at work. Bringing the stress of work home will ruin your family life. Additionally, not being able to separate from work will destroy your balance, increasing your stress level. Luckily, there are a few strategies that will help keep work separate. So, one strategy is stop on the way home. On a particularly stressful day, you may want to stop somewhere for a few minutes and just decompress. Another thing you can do is vent in the car or to a friend. Use the daily traffic jam as a chance to express your frustrations to yourself instead of ranting about them to your family. Enjoy your family. Find ways to spend time together that everyone enjoys. And again, don't mention work, stresses from work. And then find different outlets. Discover useful ways to alleviate work stress, such as exercise or meditation. And practicing either of these will help you focus on the present. And then turn off your phone. Cell phones have made it nearly impossible to escape the pressures of life. Now there's always a way for someone to reach us. And not only are we inundated with phone calls, we also have emails and social networks to worry about. There's only one way to fix a problem and alleviate stress, and this is to turn off your phone. It is acceptable and healthy to occasionally disconnect. This means silencing the phone does not count as disconnecting because you can still see your alerts pop up, right? This is important. It doesn't matter when you disconnect, it's just that you do it, and you should try to do it daily. And this is interesting. I heard this the other day. They said the reason a lot of people get the best ideas in the shower is because they're not looking at a screen. And they're allowing their brain to actually work, and they're exercising the muscle. Because remember, your brain is a muscle. And you're using this time to actually think, to create, to problem solve. So remember, turn off your phone. Okay. Then take some me time. Me time is essential to a person's health and well-being. Often people think that me time is a day spent at the spa or something else extravagant that you cannot afford to do. But actually, me time is much simpler. It's anything you want to do just for yourself. And there's no set expense or time frame that you have to follow when taking me time. It could be as simple as taking a walk. It's just important to remember to take some time for yourself. And then maintain your boundaries. Boundaries are important and in every aspect of life, and without them, people will constantly pull our attention away from what is important. In order to achieve a work-life balance, it is necessary to establish boundaries between work and home. And this will require you to determine what those boundaries are and communicate them. So, for example, you may set a boundary that says you do not take calls after 5 p.m. Each person's boundaries will be different, so think about what will work for you. But once you set this boundary and communicate them, you need to maintain them. People will naturally push boundaries and they will test you. You need to stay strong. So, for example, let a call go to voicemail and only return it if the matter is truly an emergency that cannot wait. Odds are that it's not, and it can wait until morning when you're clocked back into work. After some time, other people will learn to respect your boundaries as well. Okay, review question 1. What will keep work stress out of the home on a particular difficult days? A, vent to the family. B, stop somewhere. C, work late. Or D, take the bus. Okay? Great. Awesome. All B's. B is correct. Try to keep work stress out of the home. Stopping to decompress is a great way to do that. Okay? Next question. What is not accessible by cell phones? A, downtime. B, calls. C, email. Or D, social network. Okay, A. Cell phones keep people connected. They give access to calls, emails, and social network. You have to prioritize downtime and turn off your phone. Okay? What is not an example of me time? A walk, spa day, work calls, or a coffee break? Great. Perfect. C. Me time is meant to focus on the needs of you as an individual and can be any activity as long as it's not related to doing work. Great. And then what is true of boundaries? A, they are not important. B, they're universal. C, people always respect them. Or D, people will push them. Perfect. Great. The answer is D. People naturally push boundaries, and it takes time for people to respect them. Correct. Okay. Another quote. A man who suffers or stresses before it is necessary suffers more than necessary. Seneca. All right. Back to you, Tomoko.
Okay. So Module 8, Stress Management. It is impossible to experience work-life balance without stress management. Stress is unavoidable. If we do not handle it well, it can cause lasting physical and psychological damage. On the other hand, managing stress can combat its negative effects. Fortunately, stress management is not too complicated. Anyone can learn how to manage stress. Okay, exercise. So everybody knows that exercise is an important part of a healthy lifestyle, but it is also a key aspect to manage stress. Exercise affects people mentally as well as physically. It produces endorphins that will improve your mood and prevent depression. In order to reap the benefits of exercise, however, you must be consistent with it. So tips for success. Choose an exercise you enjoy. You will not repeat an activity that you hate doing. Another one is start slowly. If you overdo it, you will simply become tired and discouraged. And lastly, schedule it. Exercise must be a priority or you will never get to it. Okay. Another thing is eating well. So diet has a strong impact on our emotions and the way that we handle stress. Eating well is an important factor in stress management. Unfortunately, our bodies crave fatty, salty foods in times of stress. Rather than giving in to fast food cravings, focus on getting healthy. And here are the tips. Avoid sugar and caffeine, and this is a hard one. Their highs may give you more energy, but once you crash, you're left more exhausted than before. Another one is focus on nutrition. Be sure to include whole grains, lean proteins, and leafy greens in your diet. And lastly, eat frequently. So increase your focus by eating small, healthy snacks throughout the day. This will balance blood sugar and increase energy. Okay, and getting enough sleep. Many people are sleep deprived. Experts recommend sleeping between 7 and 9 hours a night. Sleep deprivation increases stress, weakens the immune system, and raises the risk of having an accident. Given the important role that sleep plays in physical and mental health, it only makes sense to do everything in your power to improve sleep. Okay, ways to improve sleep. Avoid electronics before bed. Studies show that the light of the television or phone or computer may make falling asleep difficult. And relax, unwind with a relaxing routine before bed. Exercise. Exercise will make it easier to fall asleep. And have a bedtime. A regular bedtime will train your body's internal clock and help you fall asleep. Okay, and self-assessment. We're not always aware of how much stress is affecting our lives. It is possible to believe that you are effectively managing your stress when in reality, stress is managing you. This is why it is important to step back and assess your stress level. The results of the assessment will reveal any changes that you need to make in order to improve your stress management. You can use the results of this assessment to make the necessary changes to your diet, exercise, and sleep routines. Okay, question 1. What does exercise produce that fights stress? A, endorphins. B, creativity. C, A and B. D, muscle. Type in the correct answer. What does exercise produce that fights stress? I see a C, 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 more C's. Okay. The correct answer is A. Exercises causes endorphins to be released. This improves mood and fights stress. The correct answer is A. Endorphins. Okay, moving on. Exercise must be blank to be effective. A, difficult. B, strenuous. C, consistent. D, sporadic. Oh, yes, I see lots of C. Exercise does not have to be strenuous. It does, however, need to be consistent. Yes, C is the correct answer. Okay, moving on. Exercise must be blank to be effective. A, difficult. Did we just do this one? Yes. Okay. Question 4. Blank is unavoidable. A, getting enough sleep. B, eating enough vegetables. C, stress. D, none of the above. Blank is unavoidable. I see some D's, D's. The correct answer is yes, C. Stress is unavoidable. Okay. Now, we're going to do a new activity. So we spoke about time management, but did you know you can manage your energy? And let's go through that. Okay, so this is a book called Designing Your Life. This New York Times bestselling book was written by Bill Burnett and Dave Evans, both design program educators at Stanford University. And they evolved the conception of design thinking to apply to social, personal, and professional life. They created courses for schools, educators, and business people. And today we're going to share a small piece of their tools. Okay, the learning objectives are 3 things. We have a tool to gain awareness of our energy levels throughout the week. And then the next one is we can use awareness of our energy ups and downs to make choices about which activities to spend time doing and how to organize time to optimize energy. And we also are able to reflect on our personal energy allocations and consider what changes, if any, we might like to make based on this awareness. So grab your piece of paper and pen, couple of pieces of paper and pen, and we will let me explain what we're going to be doing. Okay, so here's a sample of this energy assessment. I'm going to show you all of these. So here, so you don't need to write anything yet, just listen to the instruction, okay? Okay, so here's an sample of energy assessment from which to build an energy engagement map. On the bar chart, the green bars represent regular activities that are energy giving, and the gray bars below represent energy draining activities. The size of the bars, you can see the lengths of the bars can be an indication of the impact or significance of the activity. As you can see, sometimes the same activity can be either energy giving or energy draining, such as shopping. For me, yeah, shopping sometimes if I do it in the later in the day, it will be draining. Okay. So there are also peak energy giving activities that are labeled as flow experiences, as they are fully immersed and energizing, causing time to stand still and hyper focus. And sometimes we call it in the zone. Okay. Now, here's an example of the blank one. Okay. So that's the one you're going to be writing. So as you can see, the vertical axis identifies if regular activities are energy giving or draining. The horizontal axis represents time. In this example, a typical week, Monday through Sunday. Okay, so once you made an energy assessment, which can be on the piece of paper, using some significant regular activities, you can create an energy engaging map. So the next step, step 2, you're gonna look at it and notice what is the pattern, or is there a theme on your energy maps. Okay. Now, for example, with the sample energy map I have, step 2, I noticed that things that normally energize me are draining if they're late in the day. For example, shopping or teaching. And my flow engagement moments happen when I'm with people. For example, student advising and coaching. But what about when I'm alone? And then lastly, I thought I hated cooking, but now I realize that I love it when it's in a social setting with friends. Okay, now you're gonna build your energy map. I'm gonna give you 5 minutes. So go, start. Let me play some music.
So write down your activities that you do in a given week. The different things that you might do. So if you take like a yoga class and that's energizing, you add that in. If there's online courses that you're taking, you can put that in. Some courses could be very energizing, and then some courses could be very draining. So that's where, depending on where they're going to go on your map. And then also depends on the time, right? So if you're taking a night class, it could be extremely draining for you as opposed to an early afternoon class. So just a couple things to take into account. So maybe we'll give you a couple more minutes because we want to also give you some tips on how to look at your map and prioritize different things to help things that might be more draining.
So if you need an example, I have the sample energy assessment map on the screen.
Okay. So take what you have right now, and we're going to continue. And we'll give you a chance to look at your map that you created again.
Okay, how was that? So now that you have built your energy engagement maps, what do you notice about your energy assessments and patterns? And look at it for a minute and observe your energy map. And then after this, Kim will talk about incremental changes that can be made to improve energy flow, engagement, and meaning. Yeah, type in the chat box, what did you notice? Yeah, thank you for sharing. So we have a comment saying it's interesting that some things that I do to help people, it's beneficial for everyone, but a little draining. And yoga gives me so much, but also makes me tired. Interesting. Thank you for that comment. Yes, type in your what observation. What did you realize? What did you see in your patterns? Yeah. Okay, so Kim, do you want to talk about incremental changes?
Yeah. Yep. Let's do it. Okay. So incremental changes. These are some things that you can try to do maybe the next week because our week is not always going to be 100% flow. But awareness of this can increase our flexibility, acceptance, and also our resilience. So different things you can try is such as like change locations or tools. Maybe you could respond to emails while on the beach instead of at home, or instead of scheduling a meeting in the office, you guys can meet at go for a walk. You can also maybe buy purchase or to get workout clothes, and this could be motivating as well. Change people. So this is interesting. Beware, some people are energy vampires, as they term, and they will kind of suck both your energy and your time. We all know some of these people in our lives. So try to limit time with these people throughout the week as best you can. Resequence activities. So surround energy draining activities with 2 energy giving activities, or maybe just some quiet time to help create that balance. Another thing you can do is chunk or batching. Instead of separating by task, maybe separate by topic, or combine like a 2-for-1. Put activities together to optimize both time and change your experience for either or both. You can do something with a loved one that is also playful and healthy. Time box, simply blocking time for specific activity. Not just work, but also play and health. Remember to schedule that in as well. And this will also keep tasks on like time bound. So you have a specific amount of time for each task. So this doesn't, so basically your work doesn't overflow and take away all the time that you have for the rest of your time for like play and health and all that other stuff. Reprioritize. So maybe reset your priorities to drive things that are truly the most important, is such as in the context of balance or energy. And then reframe. Often how we frame an activity can either make it energizing or draining. And then compromise and defer. So for example, if you take stock of your priorities and it's you're hit with a lot of work and then your family and your health, maybe you can compromise by prioritizing work for the moment, right? And then deferring your friends' activities until work is more settled. But remember that you don't want to have it work prioritized all the time because that will also lead to burnout. So you got to make sure you keep that balance. And that's why time boxing or chunking your time is important as well. And then if we go to the next bit, this is kind of, I'll kind of show, like I have, so for example, since I don't love answering emails, I'm going to try to get that out first thing in the morning and then space out like human interactions, like advising or coaching that I do gain energy from. So it's kind of like resequencing it, moving things around. I'm a no-go for hangry cooking. Don't enjoy that. So I do enjoy making food with my friends. So maybe I can make extra. So then I have like meal planning essentially, and then I make food for the rest of the week. So I'm not hangry when it comes time for dinner. And then driving through traffic, and I have a long commute. I have a 45-minute commute home, so this was very draining. But if I listen to like an Audible book, I'm also working towards my goal of reading a certain number of books a month. So that's kind of like a 2-for-1, right? I have to drive, but I'm gaining something out of that. And then I'm also compromising. I live where I live, and I'm just accepting that. So compromise and defer. Okay. So now I want you guys to try to look at your own energy maps that you created and maybe try to think about or ideate 1 or 2 incremental improvements that you could try this week. Maybe group something or move something around. If you know something is extremely draining, but it's the time you're doing it, is it possible to move it around to an earlier time in the day? Or if like it's a class and it's a night class, maybe you can do something that's very energizing before that class to kind of make that energy last throughout the class so it's not so draining. And we'll give you a couple minutes to kind of see if you can reprioritize or move things around on your map. Okay, since we're already at noon, we're gonna and you will have time to obviously look at this later. And we'll provide a video for you at the end as well that goes into a little bit more depth of this if you want to know and to learn a little bit more about it. But just for the sake of time today, um, we're going to kind of pass the deep brief and then the takeaway. A few takeaways. It can be useful to look at how the activities you do regularly energize or drain you and how they are sequenced in time. How can you design more energy into your life? This is an opportunity to take a proactive step in bringing new insight. Energy mapping is noticing that you can take control of your day. So you are the designer and you are in charge. So you get to reorganize your flow. Some thoughts. And then wrapping up. So although this workshop is coming to a close, we hope that your journey to improve your work-life balance skills is just beginning. And we wish you the best of luck. We're going to share some words from the wise, some quotes with you. And then Tomoko also put in the chat the video for energy management mapping. And then really quick, if you guys could do the survey, we would really appreciate it. And let us know different things. And if there's other things you want to hear about, that's also a great thing to put too in the survey. So thank you so much for your time and participation today. And we hope that you guys were able to take a little bit away from it.